Guys, let's get going. So good morning, welcome to today's webinar. Today's webinar is entitled How Volcanic Websites Integrate with Access Recruitment CRM. Press that slide on. My name's Adam Povall. Nice to meet you all. I am a sales consultant that works in the recruitment team at Access and predominantly focusing on Volcanic. I've worked with Access for 8 years. I've done lots of jobs that have been in lots of parts of the business. But currently my role is to help existing Access clients or even new Access CRM clients in the recruitment division to kind of boost their candidate and client attraction using Volcanic's websites. My contact details are down below if you want to reach out, arrange a demo or find out anything else. And I'll also share these at the end of the webinar. So just to kind of frame who are Volcanic. Volcanic, we're a market leader, global leader in recruitment websites. We service, I think, around 1,600 websites at a rough count, exclusively for the recruitment industry. We delivered over 7 million candidates, or we will deliver over 7 million candidates to our clients this year. I think we did just over 6 million last year. That equates to 1 every 5 seconds a candidate will apply on a Volcanic website. So we are geared up to service any kind of size recruitment agency, down from sort of 1 to user startups up to some of the big boys or big girls in the UK business. 30 of the top 100 recruitment businesses in the UK are powered by Volcanic, and we've got some sort of vanity names down there at the bottom. So we're a safe pair of hands. We've been doing this a long time. Everything we do is focused on getting candidates and clients through your door and making your business sing online. Where do we fit into Access? So Volcanic were acquired by Access, I think it's coming up to 2 years ago now. Access are a large business. We're an acquisitive business. We do lots of things. Specifically from a recruitment point of view, we have a full suite of applications, business applications that can help you improve and streamline and manage your recruitment business from kind of start to end. We call it candidate to cash. So candidate attraction, the candidate piece of that flow would be Volcanic. The website's the front end, what the outward world sees of your website. And we also can run through from CRM into pay and bill. We can screen candidates with our compliance tool, and we can also run your full finance application through our financial software. We pin this all together in an environment called Access Workspace, and anyone already using our recruitment CRM product will have experience of that already. Okay, so let's move on to what we're actually going to do today, which is a quick demo, probably only about 10 minutes, of how our integration works with Recruitment CRM. So both posting a job out of Recruitment CRM onto our website, which is powered by Volcanic, to a candidate applying, and then that data flowing back into the CRM software. So without further ado, let me minimize out my screen and we will begin in Recruitment CRM. So apologies for anyone that's not using this currently, but any existing clients that are using this already will be familiar with what I've got on screen, which is a job. This is a job record at Davidson Construction, specifically for a project accountant role. Now, we're going to do this live, so let's create a new job. And we are going to create, in this case, a senior project accountant role. That is going to be a permanent job. It's going to be hiring for our client, Davidson Construction. And our contact there is Lynn. So basic settings for setting up a job. I won't go into too much more depth here. Things like the financials tab, obviously, because Volcanic is pulling on things like salary to display, I can put a salary in there, or I can put competitive in there, or negotiable, or OTE, whatever you like, plus OTE. The important piece here with publishing out to your website is the publish tab. So we do want to publish this job. We want the category that Volcanic is going to use to be accounting and finance. And we want to advertise this job in London. From within the CRM, you can, or your consultants, or you, however big your business is, however you delegate this responsibility, consultants users, in this case Danny, can go in and actually write, type, paste a full job description that will be posted to the website. So that means no second system for Danny to log into, no having to pass it to a designated marketeer to go and post the advert. Your recruiters can do this straight away from CRM itself. So I've just ripped a quick job description here for a senior project accountant. I'm going to paste that in. you'll see that we've got basic formatting here, as you'd expect, so typefaces and bullet points, numbers, etc. Okay, so as simple as that, in the way that your consultants would be creating jobs, they've kind of lined up all the information that we also need to send this directly out to your website. When you integrate your Volcanic site with CRM, you'll get an extra tab called Volcanic, funnily enough. And within there, we basically have the ability for one press to publish that job straight out to your Volcanic website. So again, to leverage that point, I'm a consultant in this example. I'm Danny. I'm not a marketeer, but I'm responsible for my own jobs, and I'm responsible for posting these out wherever I want them to go. So why shouldn't I have full control to push this out to our website? Obviously, you can put controls in place if you don't want everyone to be able to do this, but from a speed and ease point of view, it allows your consultants to, there's no excuse for jobs not being live on the site. And equally, because of this expiry date and the ability to expire a job, there's no reason for live jobs to, that have been, filled jobs to still appear as live jobs on the site. So you're never going to be in that kind of out of sync process where your site isn't quite reflective of what you're actually recruiting for. A lot of people that I speak to don't update their website as frequently with jobs because it's a faff to go into another system to recreate that advert, or they're so fast moving that they don't have enough time to physically put jobs up, take them down when they're filled because the frequency of filling is so high. This gets rid of all of that because CRM becomes your website backend from a job posting point of view. So how does that look? We can click the link here and this will take us directly to that job record that we've just posted on the site. You'll see that our job description there, our location and our discipline have come through. Again, we're not choosing to show salary. If I wanted to show salary on my site, that's integrated as well as things like that job type that we picked up there. Now, Danny can go and share this straight to LinkedIn, straight to Facebook, straight to Twitter from Volcanic. Doesn't matter what your social media presence is like, you can use any of those. And also when somebody clicks on those links, because of the way Volcanic source tracks and codes, essentially UTM codes, a bit of a marketing term, when somebody does land on your site from one of those shares, you've got the ability to track and view where that kind of inbound candidate source came from within Volcanic itself. Now, let's go through to the next stage of this. Will be applying for a role. If I hit apply here, Volcanic's application forms, if you haven't seen the Volcanic site before, we go with the less is more approach. There's a high statistic that if you present someone with a real kind of lengthy application form, multiple pages, they're probably unlikely to fill it out. They're unlikely to bother wasting their time, and they'll move on to another agency. So Volcanic, we can put mandatory fields in here around, if you're in nursing, do you have an NHS PIN? Are you a qualified teacher? Have you got right to work in the UK? That kind of stuff. But less is more. We also take all the distractions of the site away and make this very easy for the candidate to transact in the same way that within e-commerce, I see a basket and I see an easy way to check out. It's called basket abandonment in e-commerce, and the whole aim is to reduce that. And we're doing the same thing with candidates and drop off at this point. We're trying to make it easy for that candidate to transact. So in this case, I'm going to apply for this as Alison Tanner. Let's do alison@gmail.com, and we can go through and pick Alison's CV. Now, it goes without saying that all of this is completely compatible on a mobile. It's mobile adaptive. All of our sites are built with a mobile first kind of attitude. It's the way that the web is going. I think 60% of applications through our platform are coming from a mobile device nowadays. So your site needs to be comfortable on a phone or a tablet. I've picked a CV there from a document. You'll see in a minute that we can also use LinkedIn. Then, that we can actually pull down a profile straight away. So just to finish this part of the demo through, I'm going to agree to any GDPR policies, privacy policies, consents that I need to give, hit apply. And that's all the candidate needs to do to register interest and apply for that role. Now, just on that LinkedIn note, that was a demo site, so it's not linked up to a real LinkedIn account. This is a live client of ours, Native Gravity. If I go into their job search and we pick on a role to apply for, we also have the option, like I just mentioned, for candidates to register with LinkedIn and apply with LinkedIn. Now, all I have to do as a candidate, and I can do this on a phone, is click apply with LinkedIn, register with my own LinkedIn details, and that will pull down my first name, last name, email address. And on our latest version, if our clients choose to use it, it will actually skin the LinkedIn profile as a document, a PDF document, and attach it in place of the CV. So that allows that candidate to do the entire workflow wherever they are, on their phone, on the bus, on a train, when the work goes back to normal, out and about, without worrying about, do I have access to my latest CV? So really neat from a candidate experience point of view, and we've seen it reduce drop-off immensely. Okay, so back to our demo flow. We've just applied for that senior project accountant. So let me just refresh the screen here, and you'll see where that candidate comes through. So within every job within CRM, we have what's called a review list, and this is essentially where any applicant that applies comes down and lands. So if I'm not using this link to a website, the review list is where I would build my short list, my long list, my pending list, whatever you want to call it. We call it a review list. So in here, you can see that we've pulled through the applicant's details. That's come through the Volcanic job portal, and it's now back to the normal flow of the site, which would be, of the CRM workflow, sorry, which would be set that person's status, move them forward, parse their CV, view their CV that came down, whatever you like, and start to build this list and finish off the rest of that permanent workflow. Okay, so that kind of concludes our rough overview of the integration between CRM and Volcanic. If anyone's got any questions, please feel free to answer them now in the sidebar. Let's have a look if any have come through. I'll give you a second. Okay, so we've got one here. Is there any charge to integrate your existing Volcanic site to your CRM? No, absolutely not. We do not charge for the integration between any of our CRM products, whether that be Profile, RDB, or Recruitment CRM. All of the integrations are included if you buy a Volcanic website from us. Equally, if you have a Volcanic website from us and you want to take a CRM from us, then that's included as well. Another one here is the integration for RDB, the same as what I've just seen. It is in the same way. It's the same for Profile. We have the same level of integration for all of these products. So if you're not ready to move to Recruitment CRM yet, then you absolutely can benefit from exactly the same integration. We have documentation to show, and I've also got some other videos to show the integration working. Same process, create the job, hit publish, up it goes, candidate applies, down it comes into the review list or the long list in Profile. Okay. No worries. From a questions point of view, I think we're all done. Just a quick mention around handouts. There will be handouts available in the right-hand side of this pane. We'll also email you a link to this recording if you want to catch up on it. But for now, one more question. Any autoresponders possible for rejected candidates? Not through CRM itself, but Volcanic. Volcanic's got the ability to send notifications out to candidates. So that is possible, but not within CRM piece. Another question here we've got. How is the published job category populated? That's a lookup list. You can populate that yourself. So it's just a list of published job categories that you've approved to match your site. So in theory, you might be actually wanting to categorize that job as accounting or senior accounting or project accounting, but the job category for the website is called accounting and finance. So you can control those separately to your categorization of the actual job from an advertising point of view. Okay. Got a few more questions here. Sorry guys, just having trouble actually reading them in my tiny little pane here. When managing GDPR, can hyperlinks to privacy policies be sent to the candidates? So privacy policies are embedded on the website themselves. So where I had, and I can, feel free to reach out. I can go through this in more depth. basically where I ticked the I agree to T&Cs or I agree to the privacy policy, they are hyperlinks to the privacy policies on your website. So rather than send the candidate a hyperlink, it's there on the site for them to view before they choose to register with you. Are all candidates added to the database? Yeah, all candidates are added straight into the review list of the database. The idea behind that is it's a bit of a shift change in how you run this flow. They're created in the database, and if you don't want them, you delete them out at that point rather than bring in who you do want. That's slightly different to the way some things work, but we kind of don't want to block that inbound. It's managing by exception rather than turning off anyone coming into the site. One more question. Yeah, the salary can be typed as competitive, but not using that salary field. That salary field there was a number field, so. But there is the option to use competitive, OTE, plus OTE, negotiable, whatever. Okay. All right, guys, I'll leave it there. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for your time this morning. If you've got anything else, please feel free to reach out, and thank you for watching.